Hello, Ben.
Hello.
Hello. Oh, that's the tone of voice that tells us one of two things. That tells us one of two things. That tone of voice, and I'm going to tell you what those two things are now, so that you can determine that it is in fact one of them. Either Ben did not enjoy the movie that we're going to talk about, or he went into it thinking, I'm really not going to enjoy this, and I've been really critical of it, but actually it was really good, and I don't like the fact that I was wrong. So, what movie are we doing today, Ben?
We're doing Thor Ragnarok.
So either he's prepared a joke in advance, which is not like him because he doesn't make any fucking notes,
No,
or he didn't. He thought this was a boring film. Now
you're doing it all raw, baby.
we, yeah, I mean that's why. I mean, even the films I really don't enjoy going into them, I still make a fuck ton of notes about so I can actually have this conversation.
Well, I play it differently. I sort of soak it all in. I've got things I like to say, but I'm not a note taker. Times like
Yeah,
this, I like to digest it mentally.
yeah. Well, I like to make a note of things because otherwise there's going to be so much that I'm not going to be able to look back to because
Well, that's fine.
yeah,
Different strokes for different folks.
it just means that I'm
I,
probably better at this.
yeah.
So we're doing Thor Ragnarok from 2017. It is one of the Marvel series. It's one of the, I believe, 21 movies that lead up to the
Oh,
end of the. It's one of the
fuck.
21 movies in the Infinity Saga. Um, can you guess what
Go
we're
on,
going to
Ash.
pick next time I pick a film?
I will fuck it.
No, it won't be one of the Marvel movies.
Do you want to know what I thought? Opening statements.
Go on, give me opening thoughts.
Okay. I went into this not really having high expectations,
I knew that.
and I thought I'll give it a go. And I was about 3 minutes into it, and I thought this is everything I thought it would be and less.
Okay.
And then there's a couple of things I liked. A couple.
Ooh.
There's one sort of thing towards the end, which is really what the film should have been anchored around. And one performance that got me, but there's so many jokes and not nearly enough of them land. It's so fucking long.
This, I'm going to say it now. This is because you're a movie snob.
I'm not a movie
You are,
snob.
you are the movie snob.
I'm not a fucking movie
No,
snob.
I'm telling you that in my opinion, you are a movie snob.
Dude, what was the first movie we watched for this? That was
Van Helsing.
mine. Yeah,
Doesn't matter.
fucking Van Helsing, which is widely very poorly regarded by most people. That I actually like a sort of dumb action. What did you call it? Schlock.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
This is schlock.
I'm not a fucking movie snob. This is I
I'm,
look, I don't
I,
mind
I,
schlock.
I think you are a movie snob.
So it's my fault I didn't like the movie.
No, I think if there was any of the Marvel films that would actually break through the fact that you inherently dislike Marvel without having fucking seen any of them, you
I
know.
didn't. No, hang on. I look. That was always my feeling towards Marvel, and I went into this with an open
Okay,
mind.
but how many of them have you actually seen?
None of them. This is the only one I've
One.
seen.
So
One of the
that
modern
you got to
brand.
understand why the perception of that is movie snob rather than I
Well, I
just
had
don't
a
like these films. You got to understand that,
that,
right?
that was the vibe I got from them, and
Okay.
I freely admitted that I could be wrong, but I was not keen to get into it because that was the sense I got from them.
Yeah. Well.
It doesn't make me a movie snob. This is a movie. This look, if you like it, good for you. You know, maybe you and your children went to see it. You know, got a kick out of it. That's fine. Good for you. But I didn't like it, and yeah, did you like it?
I think this is perhaps my favourite of the Infinity Saga.
Did okay.
Of those 21 or so films, I think it is the best one there.
21 also fuck me.
I think
Although
it's
I like the Bond films, and there's like 25 of those, so I can't
yeah,
really talk,
honestly,
can
it's
I?
you know
Fair dues, fair
how
dues. Yeah,
many movies in the and the thing about the Infinity Saga is that they are all telling one. It's 23 films. Sorry,
Mm.
They are all telling one overarching story.
Okay.
Whereas the Bond films are a bit more fast and loose with the.
Well, occasionally, yeah.
You know, generally speaking, you don't have to have seen GoldenEye to appreciate Spectre.
Yes, which makes it good.
Well,
I don't remember many Bond films where James Bond fights a whole heap of bad guys and it's all CG.
Now, well, that's because you've not seen the new one that's
I
going to
like
come out when
there's
Amazon make it.
a good well, there's good stunt directing and things like that, and you feel the fights. It's not like shooty lightning. You know,
You see. Okay, well, we should probably get into this proper.
It doesn't make me it does not make me a snob.
I think the fact that you had been your attitude going into it, perhaps, is what made you a movie snob.
Yes. I would, yeah.
Okay.
But I've seen it now and I don't like it, so I'm not a movie snob.
Well, so let's get on.
Okay.
How do we want to do this?
I don't know, maybe the same way we've done it the last 40 million times.
Well, I'm just trying to work out what specific thing to start with. Okay, so we start off with Thor, as played by Chris Hemsworth.
Yes,
sat laid in a cage of sorts.
Yeah.
Yeah, talking to the audience. But no, wait, it's not the audience, it's a skeleton.
Yeah.
Telling about how he's ended up in that situation and how, sometimes you got to get caught to get a straight answer out of someone. And next thing we know, he's in front of, is it Surtur?
Yes.
Yes, the so-called bringer of Ragnarok to the one who's going to destroy Asgard.
Yes.
Bit of Norse lore, I'm assuming there.
I guess, yeah. I'm vaguely familiar with Ragnarok.
Yeah, the Norse end of days, as it were, I suppose.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because what good theology and mythology doesn't have an apocalypse?
Well, you sort of got to. It's in the starter pack.
Yeah, you know.
You need a flood, some sort of prophecy, savior type, end of days, and maybe some incest if you want to spice it up.
And a bad guy.
Yeah.
And some talking animals.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, we get a bit of the start of it. Basically, it's just a lore drop for Thor, the character, for Ragnarok itself, so on, and we have a bit of a fight, don't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, we have Thor.
Well, there's some funny moments where Thor's hanging from the chains and he swings around too far, and he can't. I just that was the moment where it was like, okay. I don't want to shit on your face with this, but
I think maybe you're just not prepared to zone out enough for these sorts of things. Maybe that's the issue.
Well, I'm sorry, I don't like turning my brain off.
Well, sometimes that's what you need to remember is that life is shit, Ben. And what a lot of people like to no. In the grand scheme of things, life, like the lives that we all live, are generally a bit crap at the moment.
Well, I mean, it depends.
Like inherently, globally, as a species, life is a bit crap. We're all having a bit of a shitty time, aren't we?
For the sake of argument, let's say yes.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm pleased you're having such a fun time with it. Everyone else is probably is pretty much having a bit of a shitty time, Ben. Nice of you to notice. And like, one of the things that people like to do is they like to not think about it.
Okay.
I don't know if you noticed that.
Let me tell. Okay, that's okay. Fucking hell. Yeah. That argument never holds much water with me at all.
Well, no, clearly, because you're one of the outliers.
Because there's escapist films that are good.
Well, I mean, I'm just saying. That's what this film fits the niche for. Well, it's not really a niche, but fits for it's designed to be one of those films where you can just forget about the world for a couple of hours because you know what, someone else is having a worse day.
Okay, fine.
Well, it's a few days, isn't it? Really, maybe a week, couple of weeks for some people, based on time dilation.
Millions of years for Jeff Goldblum.
Spoilers. So anyway, he manages to escape after he has his fight, and he calls for help from Heimdall, the guy who's in charge of the space time teleportation thing that the Asgard people have, the Bifrost.
Yeah.
But it's not him,
Yeah.
is it?
No, it's somebody who's talking to some women.
It's Scourge.
It's yes, who was presumably in another film.
Nope.
In this series, no.
Nope. As far as I'm aware, this is the first appearance of him, and
That's
spoiler
weird.
alert, only.
I watched this and I assumed, oh, okay, he's a minor character from another film who ended up in Asgard, and this is the continuation of his story. That is surprising to hear.
Yeah, well, you know, Scourge appearances in Marvel. When I can. He's obviously he's involved in other stuff, but not in the movies. It's only for what do we call it?
This one.
Yeah. But yeah, played by Carl Urban.
Yes, he was in Van Helsing. Weirdly enough, that does surprise me.
Who was he in Van Helsing? I don't remember that.
He was the Friar.
Carl Urban.
We'll just triple check.
I think his name was Carl. I don't think he was.
Hang on. Hang on.
Will Kemp was, wasn't he?
Hang on.
No, David Wenham was the Friar.
Oh. Who were talking about?
Carl Urban.
Oh no, he wasn't in it.
Jesus Christ. Can't take you.
So
anyway.
yeah, he's chatting up these ladies and he's showing off these guns he got.
And his Vespa.
And he's also got, he's got a shake weight.
Yep.
Because they were all the range at the time. Nobody talks about fucking shake weights anymore.
He's taking advantage of the ability to go where he wants when he wants, to get the things he wants.
Look at all my stuff.
He's an opportunist, as this film demonstrates. Takes advantage of a situation he is in.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's not doing his job, and then suddenly he is doing his job. And Thor gets home, and half a dragon head turns up as well, and gets brains everywhere.
Yes.
Oh, and the ladies aren't happy, and they run off upset.
Tee-hee.
Tee-hee. Thor goes off to, do his thing in Asgard. Whizzes off to see Odin.
He goes to see his dad, as played by Hannibal Lecter. What's his name? Anthony Burgess.
Hopkins.
Anthony Hopkins.
Anthony Burgess wrote One Flew Over the... No, not One Flew Over Cuckoo's Nest.
Clockwork Orange. Yes. So his dad's lying on a sofa watching a play.
Yep.
About presumably the events of the last film? Question mark.
It's vague. I mean, it's sort of maybe Thor: Dark World, I think.
Loki is sort of presumed. Well, from context, what I picked up is Loki is recast as the hero in this play, when that wasn't the case in reality. And there's a big statue of him, and it's like, oh, very good, very good. And then Thor steps up and has a chat with his dad, and then throws his hammer and grabs him and puts him in front of him. It's like, that hammer's going to come back to my hand and shatter your face.
Yep,
and
no matter
it reveals that actually his dad is his brother Loki, as played by
Tom Hiddleston.
Tom Hiddleston.
Now, did you notice who played fake Thor and fake Loki?
Well, one of them was one of the guys from the thing about the janitor who writes numbers.
Jesus Christ, you are fucking awful with names. It was Matt Damon.
I can't. Yeah, thank you.
Have you got a Wikipedia page in front of you, by any chance?
No.
I might make a change.
Look, you.
Look, you got the potential to get this shit, and normally you have the Wikipedia page in front of you.
Are you or are you not aware by this point that I have a bad memory?
Do you or do you not normally have a Wikipedia page in front of you?
Answer the question.
I asked first.
No, you did not.
I
Answer
did.
the question.
I genuinely
yes,
did.
I do.
Okay.
Oh, God.
Yes, I am aware. Would you accept that it is normal for me to think?
Expectations, sir.
Would you accept that it would be normal for me to expect that you would, in fact, this time also have the Wikipedia page open?
Yeah.
Don't air me.
I guess, yeah.
Yeah, thank you. So, with that in mind, it would not be unreasonable for me to think that you might just scroll down a little bit and see the fucking name.
Who's the other one then?
Luke Hemsworth, I think it is.
His brother. One
his
of the
brothers.
Hemsworth brood.
Yeah. It's Luke or Liam. I think it's Luke. I did check. I
It's
can't
Luke.
remember, but I've not got it in front of me right now, and I haven't got the Wikipedia page up because I never fucking do.
Liam was in Cabin in the Woods, I think.
Yeah, I think so. No, Chris was. Maybe they both were.
I don't know.
I feel like Chris definitely was.
One of the Hemsworths was.
I tell you what, let's check that instead of carrying on.
I'm checking it.
Alright. Oh, you go open that fucking page, won't you?
Well, I've opened the other one now. Chris Hemsworth.
Okay, yeah.
Well done.
Okay, then.
Well done to Chris Hemsworth. Right, so, he Loki himself. And then he asks where his dad is. And they go to a nursing home on Earth, which is being demolished.
Oh,
don't
no.
They? And then Doctor Strange fucking shows up and kidnaps Loki.
Yep.
And why would... See, it felt like you didn't need that Doctor Strange chunk in there. That's only in there to be a fan service. Not fan service isn't the right word. I don't know. I just don't. It's like, is it marketing for a Doctor Strange film that was in the works at the time or coming out, or a series?
I believe Doctor Strange came out in 2016, the year before.
But, oh right, okay. Were they making a sequel to it?
Yes, but not until after the Endgame film, which came out like 2019, 2020. So,
well, I guess well, I suppose it is fan service, really.
What it is
other character in this universe.
What they have done, as they did in a lot of them, is use various plot points as an opportunity to introduce other characters from the series to reiterate that they are in fact part of a series, and in some cases, such as in this one, help them along a little bit.
And that's probably the best way to put it, yeah.
Yes, it's what they do in all of the fucking films.
There's also an element of fan service in there.
Well, you know, there would be some people who would consider portions of that scene with Doctor Strange, or that segment with Doctor Strange, to be comedic.
Okay.
Okay.
Are you one of these people?
I think there are elements of it that are funny.
Which one made you laugh?
Well, I like the bit with him calling for Mjolnir, which isn't really Mjolnir because it's disguised as an umbrella. And it clattering through all the stuff because they've been jumping about so much.
I have to say that this film, I mean, you said it was very humour heavy, but fuck it out, there are jokes all over the place in this thing.
Yeah, it's a tonally different film compared to some of the other films around it, especially the second Thor film.
And Thor is more of a comedic character than I thought.
When you
I don't know
consider
whether that's the case for all his films, but that was certainly the case here, I felt.
When you consider the overarching story of the Infinity Saga, there's some truly, really fucking dark moments in it, and this is in that a movie of levity, despite the fact that it centers around the idea of Asgard potentially being destroyed. You know, the end of the world, as it were, is actually quite a comedic film compared to what it could have been.
Well,
so anyway,
we'll get to that.
Doctor Strange ends up pointing them in the direction of where Odin actually is, and he's somewhere in Norway.
Yeah, he's just chilling. He's looking at the sea.
Yeah, they sit down and they have a chat, and he's like, "Well, it took me a while to." Thor thinks that he's gone bonkers and that he's under the spell of Loki still, but it's not. And he's like, "Well, it took me a while to break out of it, but no, I did." And this is just what Odin's like now, because he's an old man being played by an old man, and you know that's what old men are like, I guess. And they have this talk about Asgard and this place being nice, and then he dies It looks at first like he's going to regenerate. I don't know if you got that vibe from the scheme of like the effect that was done, but
yeah, it was a bit. I'm sure there's another film where somebody dies by turning into a gold stream of mist.
probably.
Was it Jack Frost?
I don't know.
I don't know.
It's a film that I've barely seen and a long time ago. Oh, can we agree that for the purposes of this that we're going to stay away from Christmas films and Halloween films until closer to the time?
I guess.
Okay, cool. Because like, if you were to pick Jack Frost for next week, that'd be a bit stupid. Whereas if you were to pick it for the week after Christmas, perfectly legit.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Fair enough. So Odin dies, and then who turns up?
It's Galadriel, Kate Blanchett, who is playing the role of Hela,
Yes.
i.e., the goddess of death and Odin's firstborn child, making her.
You see.
Of Loki and Thor. Good enough for you?
See, two things. One, you cut out halfway through that for me.
Oh.
And two, it's from what I did here, it's very evident that you've got the page in front of you now.
I'm not actually reading it.
Are you not? Oh, fair enough. Yeah, as you were saying from what I heard and what I'm assuming you were going to say, she's Odin's firstborn. She is the rightful heir to the throne, and she's she's the older sister of Thor, older adopted sister of Loki. Because Loki was adopted. As anyone who's seen the first Thor movie would know.
Yeah, he was a child of the Frost Giants.
Yeah, who reside where?
That explains why in hell. That explains why he's so fucked up. Okay, you see, I never really got into Norse as a kid.
Neither did I. I still take some of this shit. Anyway, they go to attack her. They do the whole superhero prep thing, don't they? That you have in these superhero movies. And then, oh my god, she just sort of stops Mjolnir, which is something that we've just been told not even Odin could do.
Yeah.
Although it wasn't even really technically Odin, but still, point stones. Breaks it.
Oh no.
And they start fighting, trying to leave. And, oh no, they get knocked out with the Bifrost beam thing. And Hela's on her way to... I always want to say it Hela instead of Hela. It's really... It's the fact there's one L, it always throws me off. Hela
sounds more sort of Norwegian, Viking-ish, Norse-ish, Hela.
And it makes sense when Helheim is Helheim. Helheim. Yeah. It makes sense to me. Seeing the name, I just want to say Hela instead of Hela.
I don't begrudge these big actors appearing in these movies because it's a good big paycheck. Lots of people see them and you get to have fun with it. It'd be fun to play that sort of character.
It's fun to watch as well if you can switch your brain off. So anyway, she's zooming off to.
It's not quite the insult you seem to think it is, but go on.
You are a bit abnormal in that sense.
Yeah.
People like zoning out, man.
No, I like zoning out.
Fucking prove it.
No,
the only time I've ever noticed you to zone out is while we're playing Baldur's fucking Gate.
I do zone out. I zone out when I'm watching TV more.
You should try zoning out while you're watching a film sometimes.
I don't want to.
Well,
I don't fucking want to. I want to pay attention to what I'm being shown rather than turn my brain off and clap. Oh, big action scene. Oh, funny man say funny thing. Oh.
I just think you should give it a go sometime. So Hela ends up carrying on to Asgard, but Thor ends up in what I would describe as an intergalactic rubbish tip.
Well, Loki falls out the stream first.
Yeah, but we don't see where he ends up until later.
No, and then Thor falls out, and then shit's falling from the sky, and he meets this band of roving people.
Scavengers.
Who try and take him for food, and he beats a few of them up. But he ain't got his hammer, so he's just a big buff guy.
Mm-hmm.
And what the fuck good is that? And then this other woman shows up and is like, I want him. She's pissed and she falls over, and there's a fight, and she kills him and she takes it.
Yeah, pretty much. Well, that's when that all happens. We go back to Asgard. As an aside.
Oh shit! What's happening in Asgard? Don't tell me. She
I
shows
will
up in
just tell
the.
you.
Well, she shows up in the main room, doesn't she, Kate Blanchett?
Well, they're outside.
Well, the main teleport room.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and she kills everybody apart from Carl Urban. It's actually kind of fun. It's actually kind of slightly endearing in that moment where he's like, "Oh, I'm just the janitor." It's like, okay, I like that. That was tick for that movie.
I feel like Carl Urban's role as Scourge is one of the more relatable aspects of this entire film.
Okay.
In the sense that, in the end, he's sort of just kind of trying to survive. Well, no, not in the end, but like, you know, he does this because he just doesn't want to die. Effectively, that's why he does that. He's seen that she's killed them. You won't know this because you won't have seen them in the first Thor movie. But the people that she kills are supposedly some of the best warriors in Asgard. They're some of Thor's associates, and she just wiped them straight out. Well, it's Scourge is just a fella, yeah. It's just a guy.
I kind of would have liked if they lent into that and just made him a snivelling opportunist.
Okay, well, I feel like the conflict within him is an interesting and important part of, you know. Anyway, so she ends up in front of a bunch of people in Asgard, and she's like, "Well, you don't know who I am, but I'm like the goddess of death, and you know, I'm Odin's firstborn, and I'm your queen, effectively." And then some idiot's like, "I don't know who you are, but
I just told you."
Which she quite rightly points out.
Pay attention.
You know, if it hadn't been for her pointing it out, it would have been incredibly bad dialogue. Whereas now it's just a bad joke.
And then she kills them all.
She does. And I do feel like you have to be a special kind of stupid to fight someone who claims to be the goddess of death. Personally, I feel like there's a level of maybe I should reconsider this that you should go through.
Well, it's established crucially that she's drawing a great deal of power from Asgard.
Yes.
Itself.
Asgard is the source of her power, is how it gets described. Yes.
And then she goes into the main hall with Scumpy. What's his name? Scourge. Yeah. And she looks at the mural on the roof. And it's a good scene because she's like, he what's the line she says? Like, Odin liked ruling it but was ashamed of how he got there.
Yeah,
or something like that.
Yeah.
And it's all the art is of him making peace and being a diplomat. It's like, no, we fucking conquered the shit out of a load of places. And then he started, I don't know, mellowed in his old age or some shit. Changed his mind, and suddenly it was a problem for him. And then she destroys the mural, and I don't know whether she reveals how it was originally or she makes it.
She revealed it.
Yeah.
He covered over it because that's what he does.
Yeah.
Like all the problems in their family, he covers them up.
Yeah, we killed a lot of people. And she goes down to the basement when they keep all the fancy stuff.
Yep.
And dismisses a lot of it as fake. I did see the Thanos hat thing.
It's called the Infinity Gauntlet.
Whatever, nerd. And then she wakes up her dog using some maternal fire.
Yeah, the eternal flame, as performed by the Bangles.
Yes, it's Fenrir off of Norse mythology. Okay, that's something slightly different, I guess. And all her dead guys. And
now she has an army that will do her bidding.
Yeah. Fun.
But Fenrir and Fenris are the exact same wolf, by the way.
All right.
But they do call it Fenris in this.
Right.
So. Just because I was curious.
Yeah.
But while this happens, we have all this going on. I just want to say, actually, it's interesting that she, considering she obviously has some sort of command over the things that she's brought back to life.
Yeah.
It's interesting that she didn't then bring to life all the people that she just killed.
Well, I don't. I don't know whether it was some sort of necromancy thing or whether it is just they were loyal to her to begin with, and she brought them back to life, and now they're alive and loyal to her because that's what they
I
were
mean,
in
that would
life.
make sense. Yeah, I can live with that.
That was my interpretation.
That's a valid interpretation. I can't fault it.
Good.
But someone's nabbed a sword for control to Bifrost.
Oh no.
Who could that be? I hope we find out later.
Yeah, I can't. Was it Idris Elba?
We'll go back to it. We'll get to it later.
Okay.
God's sake, man. We go back to Thor, and we find that he's strapped to a chair,
Nice.
learning about the place that he is.
Yes, and it's going full.
Willy Wonka.
Yes, it's If you want to view paradise, simply look around and view it.
Yes, that's the background music, and he's learning
Anything
about the place that they are, which is Sakaar.
Yeah.
And he's about to meet the what's his
Grandmaster?
name? Grandmaster.
Yeah.
And there's this countdown to meeting the Grandmaster. You'll meet the Grandmaster in 5 seconds, and he's freaking out. And then, oh my God, he's there with Jeff Goldblum.
Yes, and I have to say, I really like Jeff Gold. Well, I say I really. Jeff Goldblum was good in this.
Agree.
His performance makes the lines work in a way I don't think any for me personally, and I don't in a way I don't think most of the other performances do. If that makes sense. It worked. The bit where he's saying how great number 147 or whatever her name is.
Yep.
And he's talking to like his bodyguard or second man, whatever, saying, "What B word do I always use?"
Trash.
Yeah. It's like, what? No, that doesn't even begin with a B.
Were you just wanting to call her trash or something?
Booze hound or something.
Yeah. It's obvious that this
Beth.
bodyguard, whose name is, I believe, Topaz.
Right.
We only hear it once. I think it's Topaz. Yeah, she obviously has an issue with this scrapper, whatever it is, 162, or was it? You said 147,
like
whatever.
Well, I want to say it's 147.
Whoever it is, this woman.
142.
142. She's obviously got an issue with this other woman for whatever reason.
Yeah.
And there's obviously going to be drama later, maybe. Maybe.
Yeah.
But yeah, we find out that Thor is being sold to be used as a gladiatorial fighter.
Yeah.
And yeah, lo and behold, you'll never guess who's already turned up and has ingratiated himself. Yeah.
He arrived there weeks ago, and being a trickster god, he has wormed his way into the confidence of Jeff Goldblum.
He has.
And is enjoying quite a cushy lifestyle.
There's
Not giving two shits what happens to Asgard.
Thor calls him over, and he's like, "I've never seen this man in my life." Because of course you would say that if you were trying to ingratiate yourself, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Obviously that doesn't last, but yeah. Thor ends up meeting a few of the other gladiatorial folk.
Yeah.
You know, and we meet a fan favourite character here.
Stan Lee.
No, before that.
Oh.
We meet Korg.
Is it? Oh yeah, the rock. Yeah, I thought it would be the Rock Man.
The Rock
bug
Man.
friend.
The guy who says, "I'm made of rocks. You don't need to be afraid unless you're made of scissors."
That's just some rock paper scissors humour for you.
You know, and Korg is for the most part intended entirely as a comic character.
I enjoyed Korg.
I enjoyed Korg as well. The vast majority of people like Korg.
I enjoyed it.
You know, we have that bit where we've actually skipped. Oh my god, yeah, okay. All the stuff with her bringing the people back comes after that, and then
Is it?
Yeah, based on where my notes are, because
Okay.
I do it in order, you see, whilst I'm watching.
Right.
And then Loki goes to see Thor down in the gladiatorial freaky circle.
Yeah.
And oh my god, he's not, he's not happy. Thor's not happy. Keeps throwing rocks at him, and he phases out because he's not really there. And you get that bit where Cole runs over and kicks a wall, saying "Piss off, Ghost." What a joker! And then they have a talk about Thor's hammer. And he's talking about how he used to be able to swing his hammer around and throw it, and it would pull him off the ground. Like your hammer pulled you off. Funny. Anyway, and then we do get the obligatory Stan Lee cameo that you mentioned.
Yes, he plays the barber.
Yes, whose hands aren't as steady as they used to be.
And he's cutting the hair of Thor, and Thor doesn't want his hair cut, but gets it cut. He does regardless.
We have that bit where he changes his mind, or he changes his tone, don't we? Where it's like, by the power road, and you will not touch my hair. And we see the thing he's cutting his hair with, and it's like, please don't cut my hair. Ha ha ha. Anyway, he's got to go in and fight, and who does he fight against?
Well, he goes into this arena, and it's building this up for the champion of champions, who the Grandmaster loves, and everybody, they're all cheering, and the door's slowly opening, and the joke I thought they were going to make is this is going to be something really meek looking.
When you say meek, do you mean like the character Meek, or
What's a meek?
okay? So it's one of it's like the sluggy wormy thing that is Korg's pal.
I did not mean that. I did
Okay.
not know what that
You
was.
mean MEEK then?
Yeah, I meant something. Yeah, little and cute, like a Pikachu.
But
No,
alas,
but
it's not.
It's the Hulk,
Yes,
and they have a lengthy fight.
they do. There's a couple of references in here.
Yeah.
So we have a bit where Loki sees that it's the Hulk, and like, I need to get off this planet.
Because there's that famous scene where he gets the shit beaten out of him, thrown around.
Yeah. And we have a bit where Thor is trying to calm Hulk down by talking about how the sun's getting real low.
Yeah.
Which is something that Black Widow used to do to calm Hulk, because they sort of had a thing going on.
All right.
As Bruce Banner, obviously, not as Hulk.
Good.
But yeah, that's a thing. Oh, and apparently the line, he's a friend from work, apparently a kid that was on set that day wrote that line.
Okay.
Just
That's
for,
all right.
For context.
Yeah.
But yeah, they have a fight, and stuff happens.
Yeah, it goes on for a long fucking while, and Thor's about to win, or looks like he's about to win, and he gets zapped by this thing that was put into him when he was captured.
Yep.
And then the Incredible Hulk jumps and hits him and claims the win. And then the next scene, they're relaxing.
What a bastard.
Yeah.
Yeah. We see Scourge being granted the role of executioner, don't we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
He's been told that he should, he should execute people, execute the vision, but mostly people.
Yeah.
I feel like some of her delivery is quite good.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're not convinced.
Look. Look.
I would rather you just say, no, I don't think so, rather than give a non-committal answer. Say what you believe. Justify it. Back yourself up.
It's not that I don't think it's a good delivery. It reminds me of being a kid and playing villains in the playground at primary school.
Okay.
And I just can't get invested in that. What?
I heard a long time ago the suggestion that this story was being told by refugees from Asgard after the fact, and that is why the tone is different.
Okay.
Would that, in that sense, change your attitude towards some of it?
No.
Okay, fair enough.
I don't know how they know half this shit.
Well, they fill in things, don't they, in stories? That's what happens in these things. How do we know what was going on in Isengard while the hobbits were still in fucking Rivendell?
No, well, because J.R.R. Tolkien wrote like 30 million paragraphs in the appendices or something.
Okay, but you
Well,
get the point.
Mm. So, what happened next?
We see that it was indeed Idris Elba playing Heimdall that had taken the Bifrost sword, because he's taken in all these refugees from Asgard that are trying to escape because they don't want to be executed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
He's a good guy anyway, Heimdall.
yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, the Hulk is in a bathtub, and he and Thor talk a lot. And after a long series of scenes, the gist is that they're going to escape, and 142 is a Valkyrie.
Yep.
Who's like an elite warrior group, and all but her died fighting Hela the first time.
Yep.
They're going to go back to Asgard and save it. Gets a bit blurry for me at this point. Loki gets involved. There's a ship that I assume is like the Avengers ship.
Yeah, the Quinjet is something that they had in Age of Ultron. But
Yeah, the
obviously,
Quinjet. Yeah.
fuck's sake.
They check it out, and I think it gets destroyed, doesn't it?
Yes, Hulk goes to. Hulk doesn't want to leave. He's happy where he is because
Why ever not?
being treated like a as the champion. You know.
Yes, feted as a
practically
major
royalty.
celebrity. Yeah.
You know, so Thor runs off to his jet, and Hulk turns up to stop him because he doesn't want his friend to leave, even though they'd been arguing basically half the time. But Hulk gets calmed down by a video of, would you believe it, Black Widow.
Yeah.
Who was trying to urge him to fly the jet back, because 2 years ago when Age of Ultron happened, he was stuck in the jet and it was flying off, and being Hulk, he couldn't do anything about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's how he ended up there, because, you know, that wasn't clear for anyone who hadn't already seen it. Because I'm assuming you were questioning how he got there.
Well, I mean, I sort of assumed, okay, this is explained to some extent in a different film. I was not expecting to see Incredible.
You were not what, sorry?
I was not expecting to see the Incredible Hulk in this movie.
And that's fair enough, because it's a surprise.
Yeah.
Anyway,
so
he turns back into Banner, Bruce Banner, as played by. It's Mark Ruffalo.
Hang on. It's
the Gruffalo himself.
Where is he?
I did say
Bruce Banner.
I did say it's Mark Ruffalo.
Oh yeah, okay.
Who plays Bruce Banner?
Yes. I thought you played the Incredible Hulk.
For God's sake, Ben. He thinks he's funny. He thinks he's clever.
So
he's just a twat.
So they sort of go on the run, and the Grandmaster figures this out and says that they're on the run, and he wants down because he's stolen his prize contender.
Yep.
And Loki is like, I can find them in 12 hours, and 142 says, I can find them in 2 hours, and Loki says, I can find them in 1 hour. Which I was like, okay, that's kind of funny. So they go off to find them, and there's a whole thing. They have a little fight. Yep. He ends up chained to a chair. There's a whole lot of shit that happens.
We see the flashback of Hela killing.
Yeah, the fight. Yeah.
And how she survived as well.
Yeah.
She was saved by one of her fellow Valkyries.
Yeah.
Who pushed her out of the way or something. I don't know.
Yeah. And then they steal Jeff Goldblum's fuck spaceship.
Hang on. But you're skipping a fair bit.
I can't remember.
That's fine. That's why I'm telling you to.
It was 2 hours long. It felt like 2 days.
Yeah, well, now you know how I felt watching fucking what's it called? Pick any of them. we have a bit of a we have a bit of a
I am going to
back
get
and
you
forth.
back so bad with the next
We
one.
have a bit of a back and forth between. I at least hoped that if there was any chance you would like a Marvel, it would be this one. I just want you to understand that. Yeah.
I do.
Okay. If I wanted to pick a film I knew you would fucking hate, I could very easily have done it.
I know.
We have a bit of
Go
back
on,
and
then.
forth between. We've had it between Hulk and Thor, but now we get it between Banner and Thor. And Banner's like,
Yeah.
look, I don't want to get involved. I don't want to fight your sister. That's a family issue, and that's valid. We learn about his PhDs. He doesn't want to risk becoming Hulk because he spent the last 2 years. Normally, he described it as normally when he becomes Hulk, it's like they've both got a hand on the steering wheel. But for the last 2 years, it's been Hulk's been driving and he's been in the boot.
Yeah.
Like he doesn't want to. He doesn't know if he can come back from that again. He doesn't want to risk it, and that's a real serious justifiable concern, I would say.
Yes.
Which adds a bit of weight to later actions, I would say as well.
Yes, a bit.
Yep. So yeah, they end up bumping into the Valkyrie, and they concoct the plan to steal one of the Grandmaster's ships, and fly it through the big wormhole, which is nicknamed for Devil's Anus. But he didn't know that. He didn't know that when he said to do it, because he sort of communes with Heimdall, doesn't he? And Heimdall's like, "You're in a room with many doors. Go through one." And Thor's like, "Well, which one?" And Heimdall's like, "The big one." Fucking duh, as if it was fucking obvious.
Yeah.
But yeah, they end up releasing. They cause a distraction by causing the revolution to happen. This is something that Korg had tried before, but he couldn't get enough leaflets. And so it didn't really work. That's how we ended up in the gladiatorial ring circuit, if you will. So they do that, and we find out that the Grandmaster takes issue with the word slave as well.
Yes.
Doesn't like the word slave, which is curious. But
Yes. What does he call them? Guests who have to work or something?
They end up being prisoners with jobs. Is the terminology that ends up getting used. But yeah, they go to steal the ship, and we have again a very famous scene from this film, in which Thor and Loki are talking in an elevator about growth and how it might be better if Loki stays and all that kind of thing. And then they do Get Help. What were your thoughts on Get Help?
I thought, as far as strategies go, it wasn't the most complex or rewarding long term.
No, but it did work.
Yes. Get Help is Thor carries Loki, who's pretending to be injured, says, "Get help." People run to his aid. He throws Loki into them.
It's so humiliating, but not for Thor. So yeah, but Loki tries to sort of double cross him by doing his weird "I can sort of make a copy of myself" thing that he does, which is why Thor thought he was dead at the start of the film, because he mentioned thinking that Loki was dead.
Yeah.
But Thor saw through him because he's grown a little bit as a person, whereas Loki hasn't, and so he's managed to slip one of those electric shock thingies on him, and he's like, "Look, I see you right through you," and then he electrocutes him and throws it away, so he's getting quite considerably electrocuted for quite some time on the floor, and then they steal the ship, which we find out is used for one of the Grandmaster's orgies.
Yeah.
How do you feel about
that? Fine.
Yeah. I wouldn't want to be touching stuff in it. I'm just saying.
Wait, see, this is what's interesting, because I noticed there was some swearing in this film.
There was, yes.
And the talk of orgy.
Yes.
It's like, this isn't a kid's film, really. This is a film for Marvel nerds. You know, it's sort of created its own audience. Its own target audience is people for these films are people who like these films.
It's definitely angled towards a more mature audience, who will benefit better from having seen previous Marvel movies. In particular, the first and second Avenger films and the other Thor movies. But yeah, they steal a ship. Korg saves Loki and they nick another spaceship. And there's this big old chase scene going on. And
Pew pew.
they're like, well, we need to fight back because we're being chased by all these spaceships. But they don't have any weapons. So Valkyrie and Thor both go off to fight spaceships with a bit of a 80s pixel pop electronic sound music going on. And there's this bit about use one of your PhDs to fly the spaceship because he's got 7 of them. It's like, yeah, but none of them in flying alien spaceships, which is a perfectly valid response. But also, it seems quite intuitive.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think it's an overly complicated looking process to fly it. But anyway, we get this bit, and I've managed to get a bit of it so I could put the picture in. We get this bit where Bruce decides he is indeed going to try and fire a weapon, even though there aren't any weapons on that ship. And he presses a button that looks like it's a weapon. And can you remember what it does?
Fireworks.
It does fireworks, and it reveals like an inside light show with Jeff Goldblum's "It's My Birthday, It's My Birthday" playing, because that's exactly the kind of character he is. He's that kind of self-indulgent individual, isn't he? And these fireworks lead to Topaz, as I believe her name was, crashing into something and dying. Presumably.
Yes.
Because that's what they deserve for hating on what's her face, the Valkyrie. Bitch.
Yeah. So they go to the planet Asgard.
Yep.
Or the realm of space, or a dimensional hole thing.
For Devil's Anus.
Whatever. And she's still looking for the sword. Somebody tells her Idris Elba's got it.
Yep.
It's a whole thing. There's a bridge.
There's this bit where it's very clear that Scourge is not entirely sure he's on the right side now. You can see in his face that he's like, oh, maybe I shouldn't really be doing this, but I'm sort of in too deep now. Yep.
Yeah, so there's a bridge.
They go to try and get Idris Elba, but he's already left, and it helps because he's got eyes that mean that he can sort of see everything, anywhere.
Yeah.
It kind of helps when you're trying to avoid being captured by people.
Probably should have seen this coming.
Yeah, I mean, I think he did.
No.
But yeah, he's like, well, the only option now is we need to go across the Bifrost and use that to escape. So he's taking the sword and all the people, and they're on the bridge, and they're trapped, aren't they? Trapped on the bridge between 2 lots of undead soldiers, and then a big old wolf. Yeah, what are they gonna do?
They run to fight. We're gonna do it. We're gonna fight, and then Bruce Banner jumps out the thing and splats.
Yes, he's like, because there's been a bit of an exchange between him and Valkyrie, and they sort of recognise each other, but don't know why, because they've never really met. But they have, because she was helping train Hulk up, so they've got that relationship as Hulk and her, but not as Banner and her. And he's like, it's fine, I'm going to deal with it. You want to know who I am, and you'll see. And the assumption is that he's meant to have turned into Hulk by the time he hits the bridge, but he doesn't.
Yes.
And he sort of flops, which is not ideal. And no doubt she was like, what the fuck is going on here now? At that point. But yeah, he turns into Hulk and he ends up stopping the wolf. And he wants it, doesn't he? They fight between them, just the 2 of them.
There's a big fight.
There is a big fight.
And Thor goes to fight his sister Hela.
Yep.
He's kind of getting his ass handed to him. His dad comes to him in a dream and says, your hammer was meant to help you wield your power, but it does not give you your power. So he zaps her.
Oh, there's this wonderful line, but I quite like it. And, he's like, well, I don't have my hammer anymore. And it's like, were you Thor, the god of hammers? Which I really like that line. I think it's a very, I think it's a well-considered thing to ask. But yeah, he zaps her. He leaves for a proper fucking electrocutes her, doesn't he?
Yes.
The most lightning that ever did lightning, I think it was described as.
Yes. And then they come to a conclusion which is actually really smart and interesting, and this is where it was like, I wish this had been the main overwhelming theme of this movie. They realize that they can't beat Hela
Hmm.
because she's too powerful and she draws her power from Asgard, and she's in. They're like, oh shit, we have to make Ragnarok happen with that guy from the start of the movie, Sever. What's his
Surtur.
name? Sever.
Surtur.
Yeah, Sever. And
He doesn't
they
even try.
send Lo- they send Loki to get his hat, and he summons him. And Surtur, after Fenrir's dead, and they're fighting through this thing, and Scourge jumps out with his guns and is firing a lot, and it takes
It's
a
worth
long time.
it's worth
to empty
noting that
those.
he does, yeah. It's a critique that I would have made if you hadn't. He has, realizing that the battle is not going their way, he has decided to try and evacuate under the guise of a disguise, and realizing that they are being overran by the bad undead soldiers, he opts to sacrifice himself to save the rest of Asgard.
Mm.
So it's a bit of a redemption arc for this one-time character.
Yes.
You know, this is a
Yes.
guy who is being an opportunistic survivor, doing what he can, not really enjoying the fact that he's doing it and thinking maybe he's in the wrong, being a bit cowardly, and then helping save the day.
Yes.
And that's an arc that I think we can all get behind.
Yeah. Okay.
We do. There's a reference in that scene as well.
Is there?
There is. It's a reference to the I believe it's 2004 movie Doom,
Right.
because he was in Doom. He was the main character in Doom. And there's a bit where he's got the two guns and he's stood on a pile of dead ones shooting at them, and that is basically the Doom cover image.
Yes.
Like it's a very famous Doom image. So yeah, it's it's a nice silly little reference to people who it's a nice Easter egg for people who would know these things. Can you remember what he called his guns as well? Because we do find out.
Des and Troy.
Des and Troy.
So,
Yeah.
God, I hate this. So, yes, they summoned Surtur, and he starts wailing the fuck on Asgard.
That's got to be anticlimactic for him, hasn't it?
Well, there's a brief bit where, yeah, a bit. I mean, really, it's about the principle of the thing. It plays into a theme which is introduced at the last bit of the movie, which is Asgard is not the place; it is the people. Which would work well if it had come up at any other point in the film as like an overarching theme, because Surtur is destroying Asgard because he thinks the city is Asgard.
Yep. Which it is.
Well, yeah, I mean that's what Thor is sort of presumed and Odin and blah 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 blah. But they realise it's the people, and as long as the people are around, Asgard lives on, which is nice. And I wish that had been woven into the film and been the overwhelming theme, because it's a really great climax and ending to that arc that doesn't exist, which is a shame. And it's also the origin of that meme that I'm seeing.
Which one?
Where she says, "You can't destroy me, or you can't beat me," and Thor goes, "I know, but I can't, but he can," and then the thing behind him explodes. Yeah.
Yes.
So Hela tries to fight back, but is defeated because Asgard's fucking burning down.
Yep.
And then they zoom off.
They do.
And Asgard properly blows up.
There's a bit of silliness from Korg, isn't there?
Yes, Korg says, "Well, it's all right. We can rebuild. We'll just come back in a while, as long as the planet core is fine. Then it blows up."
Oh no, that's the foundations are gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've only seen one of the credits scenes because I thought that was it. Well,
Which one did you see? The middle one or the end one?
The one with the big spaceship.
That's
They're
the
like, "Let's
middle
go to Earth." Yes. And then apparently there's another one where
Yes.
the Grandmaster gets overthrown or something.
Yeah, he pops out of his hidey hole where he's been trying to wait out a revolution, along with two women. So I wonder what they've been up to. And he's like, look, you know what, this has been a wonderful revolution. You know, we should all put pat ourselves on the back. You've done a wonderful job, and I've done a wonderful job, because without someone to overthrow, you can't even have a revolution. So let's call it a tie. And that's basically the gist of that.
I feel like Jeff Goldblum would have made that fun.
Yeah, I mean, you can still go and watch it.
Yeah, I could do. Yeah.
Yeah. You know, his delivery of it really does work. He's got that sort of, I need to charisma my way out of this now, or else I'm going to die. Like we saw what happened to Gaddafi. You know.
Yes, he's one of those. Yeah, he's one of the things I like about stuff. Bloody long. It's not really for me. There's some things I do like about it. Like, you know, say what you like about us when we've watched each other's films. I think we've always come out of it with something we like.
Yes.
And I like that. That thing about Asgard being the. Wish it was a theme that ran throughout the whole thing. Like maybe you open up and
I do.
You know, Odin talks about how grand it is and the culture and all the fine buildings and whatnot and the history of it. I don't know.
I take a little issue with the whole Asgard is the people, not the place thing. Just not the concept of it. I love the concept of it and that solution for defeating Hela. But if she draws her power,
it's a really good solution.
It is. It makes sense. And when you consider the fact that we open on Ragnarok being discussed, and very early on we find out that that's where she draws her power from Asgard, it's the logical conclusion to jump from, basically there.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's the solution, isn't it? But if she draws her power from Asgard, is she drawing it from the people or the place? And the implication is the place, right?
Don't stop it.
I'm just saying. I'm just
saying. Off, Jordan. Turn your brain off. Chill out.
Well,
God, stop thinking.
The brain was turned off. I didn't make a note about this, but the brain isn't off now whilst we're discussing it. Is it, Ben?
Turn it off again. Turn it off. I'll fucking turn it off for you.
You fucking wish you fucking could, you fucking fuck. You're an inanimate fucking object.
Well, yes, that is a really good solution.
Yeah,
so
it is.
A plus for that, because it's the heroes. They can't beat the big bad, because usually there'd be something in there like a workaround or whatever, or they just fight harder. We can't beat her, and they actually have. Yeah, that works for me. So more credit than I had initially thought Marvel films deserved. Big thumbs up for that bit.
And that's the most praise they're going to get.
Everything else went on way too fucking long. There's a shit ton of jokes and most of them flat.
Well, I still think it's my favourite of the Marvels. It's up there. It's definitely in the top 5.
Well.
But I'm not watching them all again to find out.
Nor am I. I'd rather kill myself.
Well, in that case, I know what I'm picking for my next film.
Well.
See if I can speed it up a bit.
It's my turn now, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Let me just... Hang on. Before you do this, let me... Oh, where is this fucking thing? Create channel. Go on then, so I can write down the name of it now, so I don't have to ask you in about 6 days what film it is, so that we can get this done.
So you chose a Marvel movie.
I did.
For me. A very long Marvel movie.
After you'd chosen a James Bond film. I just want to...
Which is not an overwhelmingly positive viewing experience for me. So I could be very cruel and choose something. Film. Let me finish it.
I don't get if you want to do the whole I'm not going to be the twat that I could be thing. Just fucking say the film.
So I could be really cruel about it, but you know what? I'm not going to be the twat you think I could be. I'm going to choose a film, break with tradition. I'm going to choose a film I know we both like.
Oh God, that's risky.
And that I want to talk about, and you probably want to talk about too. Let's talk about Hot Fuzz.
How did I know it was going to be Hot Fuzz? I almost asked, is it Hot Fuzz? I almost typed Hot Fuzz before you said anything. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I don't want to disappoint you, but my views on Hot Fuzz have changed a bit.
You don't like hot fuzz?
I didn't say I don't like it. I said my views have changed a bit.
Oh my god, you are a dummy.
Well, you see, and yeah, I want to emphasise, I may have been a bit unfair to you with regards to my attitude towards your disliking this film in general. It may have been a bit unfair towards of me to be like that, but I did it for one specific reason, and it was because you were being a twat at the notion that I might not have enjoyed Rear Window prior to, you know, when you announced that we were doing Rear Window.
Yeah.
And you were like, oh, well, if you don't like it, you're a Philistine or whatever the fuck it was you were saying.
Yeah.
And which was, a pretty unfair thing to do, really. You know.
Well,
because,
if memory serves.
No, just before we watched it, when you announced it, you were critical of the idea that I might not like it. You were very critical of the idea. Right after I'd acknowledged that, you know, whatever film it was we were doing then, it fine that you didn't like it, because we're entitled to not like films. We're entitled to dislike a film that someone else likes. So that's the only reason I've been critical of you for disliking this film.
Yes, let's talk about Hot Fuzz next time. Yay.
You really can't handle it when... Okay.
No, I can handle it.
I think it's sometimes I need to teach you a lesson by being a dick to you, so you can emphasise. I think sometimes if I'm not a dick to you, you don't realise how much of a dick you've been.
Well, look, maybe if we're watching this, you can turn your brain off, and maybe it will help you enjoy it.
And see, I know I love this fucking film, so
good.
It's not going to be a very interesting conversation.
Well, that's all right. We can just talk about how much we love this film and all the good things about it.
Yes, because we love this film, don't we?
Do you not?
Yeah, we both love this film, don't we?
What, Hot Fuzz?
Damn it! I just wanted you to say yes, we both love this film, so I could use that snippet.
I don't love Thor Ragnarok. I thought it was done.
Shall we wrap this up?
Let's talk about Hot Fuzz.
Yeah. Tune in next week. Bye.
Bye.